Hey guys, how's it going? Zach here, and welcome to a pretty special game actually, a little bit different to the norm. Something that, yeah, we don't actually see all that much. Now, something weird's going on here, let me try and just fix that. So, yeah, I was just talking to people the other day who were making user patch and stuff, and they were telling me about the new AIs, and these guys have been around for a little while, these AIs, but recently I've kind of got into it a little bit more, been watching some games of them being played, and they're actually so impressive. And I've seen a lot of people asking, where are the new AIs and what's the AI capable of with user patch? And I thought I'd make this video here with a 2 versus 2 AI game, and it's a little bit different to what you'd normally expect, but I kind of just want to show off the new AIs a little bit and show you exactly what they're capable of doing. Funnily enough, this is actually a live game as well. This is actually being played live right now, and I'm using the user patch spectator feature to be able to watch it. And yeah, we'll introduce the AIs, shall we, and see who we've got. So up to the sort of far east of the map here in the blue, we have got Barbarian playing as the Turks, and for some reason he's listed as enemy. Let me do that. There we go. Barbarian here in the blue, and his teammate here is in green, I think. Oh no, it's not. We've got the second Barbarian up to the north. So it's Barbarian blue with Barbarian red in the north of the map here. They're playing as the Britons, and they are against Juggernaut. We've got Juggernaut green here down to the south of the map as the Franks, and Juggernaut pink or purple playing as the Celts over to the far left. And one thing you've probably noticed already is, yes, these AIs can lure boar, which is something that the standard AI is simply not capable of doing. Though for some reason this Juggernaut AI decides it's easier to get the boar out here than back at home. But they're capable of doing a lot of things. This one here just showcasing the fact that it can indeed lure deer in towards its town centre with the scout. Isn't that just absolutely fantastic? It's amazing. So for those of you who like to play against computer from time to time, and I know a lot of my viewers play Age of Empires 2 HD and play a lot of single player as well, consider giving these AIs a go, because they're actually really challenging. These could beat a 14 or 1500 player quite comfortably, and if you go to HD as well, they're probably going to be able to stand up to a lot of punishment from many people. So yeah, they really are just awesome. But we'll see how they play this, what they get up to. So far then, we've got the first boar in for the blue Barbarian. His second boar over here on the front has been scouted, so probably going to do... he's done loom, so probably going to do that very soon, take that boar in. And we'll see if it does it. And I'm wondering what they're going to do, because obviously this is an Arabia map. I know Barbarian for a fact can play on water as well, which is pretty cool, which the standard AI is incapable of. But yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what they do. Are they going to archer flush? Are they going to fast castle? What are they going to do here? What kind of feudal times are they going to achieve? Well, Barbarian at the moment, Red Barbarian here, got the most food in currently, lacking taking that second boar, not taking that one yet, and I'm pretty sure they're going to take both of them. It'd be pretty mad for them not to, but kind of weird build order going on here. Well, what's that? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 villagers gathering berries. I mean, what's that about? There's a mill down here for the deer, which are going to be taken very soon. I'm just surprised that it's not taken the second boar yet. This boar coming in right now for the blue Barbarian. Barbarian 2, and it would be cool if you could give them little names. Obviously Barbarian 1 and 2 is about as creative as I get sometimes, but yeah, bringing in that second boar there. Looks like Juggernaut not taking its second boar yet either, but it is taking full advantage of these deer here, bringing those ones in. And let's see, Red Barbarian, very close to going up to feudal. I think maybe even after this villager. There we go, feudal age in 10 minutes. Not the fastest time in the world, but certainly pretty decent. The reason, by the way, that this is on hard and not hardest is because on hardest the AI actually cheats. The AI here is not using any cheats at all, like the standard AI would in hardest. So that's why it's played on hard, if you were just wondering about that one. So let's see then. First one to go up is going to be red, and they're switching to gold. They've got a lot of villagers taking wood as well, and it looks like to me we're probably going to see a pretty standard archer flush here, just switching over to the deer now as well, taking full advantage of all the food. Actually saying that, still not taking that second boar. I wonder why that is. Seems a little bit of a wasted opportunity. But a couple of villagers over to the gold. You know, could even go with some scouts here actually. Though they are playing as the Britons, so it would make more sense to go with archers. We'll see what they do. The blue barbarian here taking its deer on the front. Still in the Dark Age though. Going up to feudal now on 32 population. Maybe we'll see a fast castle out of this one as it sends over 4 villagers to the gold. Juggernaut in the meanwhile going up to the feudal age as well. Green Juggernaut down here just taking in its second boar, and that's a pretty impressive boar lure, to be honest with you. So that's better than the ones I managed to pull off most of the time. No, I'm just kidding, but I mean it is still fairly impressive. Not found its sheep though. One thing I've noticed, the scouting of the AIs is a little bit dodgy from time to time. But Juggernaut here scouting out his opponent, looking to see what he can find. The second Juggernaut not knowing where his opponent is yet, actually scouting his teammate out first, which seems a little bit wrong, but he did stealing his teammate's sheep. How chivalrous of you, Juggernaut 2. Barbarian, look at that scouting though. That's pretty cool. Gone right the way around in a ring, scouted its home area first, and then gone around, scouted out green, scouted out pink. And the other barbarian, a bit of weird scouting on this one. Not actually scouting his teammate at all, but just scouting his opponent. But we're going to see some action very soon, because we've got Juggernaut 2 going archery range blacksmith. He's not going to do a fast castle, is he? I think he might, you know. I think Juggernaut 2 is going to fast castle here, which is possibly a very big mistake to make. Obviously, archery range blacksmith, but no, second archery range coming out. Looks like Juggernaut 2 going to rush here as well. And Barbarian Red coming in now with some archers. Fletching is already done on these guys, and it's going to be starting to pick off some villagers by the looks of things over here at this lumber camp. Wow, there we go. Attack coming in already, and, well, Juggernaut pink, Juggernaut purple is going to have to defend pretty well here. Third archery range going up. Going to be a big defense from Juggernaut, and archers coming out as well. No fletching though, but it seems like Bombarian. Wow, how many mutilations of Barbarian am I going to make this game? It seems like Barbarian wanting to focus on the villagers first. May get one HP on that one. So close. Meanwhile, on the right side of the map, we've got Juggernaut 1 here doing a bit of a trash rush with spears and skirmishers. And Barbarian Blue going for a fast castle. Risky. But that's just so interesting. The fact that you could put 2 AIs on the same map and they do different things, I think that's fairly awesome. I don't know if it's determined by civilization or what. Obviously, this Barbarian here is a Turk player. But it looks like going to be going for crossbows. Quite a few archers getting put inside of these archery ranges here. And Castle Age will be very shortly. In fact, there we go. Castle Age for Barbarian Blue. And I imagine we'll see that crossbow upgrade coming in fairly soon. Meanwhile though, Juggernaut Green just continuing to send over the archers and skirmishers. +1/+1 on those guys. A few spearmen as well, I guess, to deal with any scouts. But Barbarian Red up here in the north doing an amazing job. Managing to take down a lot of villagers, push away the units from this lumber camp. And the problem here for Juggernaut Pink is that it's fighting uphill. You know, a big attack advantage here for Barbarian, and +1/+1 on those archers as well, compared to no upgrades for Juggernaut 2. Definitely a little bit bad. Oh my god, man, that's amazing. Barbarian putting up a watchtower on the front as well. It actually comes forwards with villagers and builds watchtowers on the wood. They're constantly surprising me. It's amazing. Looking a little bit dicey for Barbarian Blue though. Juggernaut here, Juggernaut Green that is, managing to do a pretty good job over at this side. And it looks like Barbarian's going to be forced off of gold, which is a little bit of a problem for him. and now we don't see any archers coming out at all for this barbarian player, and I think that was a little bit of a mistake from him to do that, to just fast castle. It was a bit of a mistake, I think, especially on Arabia. Fast castling is risky, to say the least, but this is really interesting now, because Juggernaut Pink is in a lot of trouble, right? Juggernaut Pink is got red right here on the hill, attacking it downhill. So what's Juggernaut Green going to do? It's going to come over here, and it's going to try and help out. But I think Barbarian Red here, with a lot of units out on the map, looking pretty scary as well. But it seems like he's going to be going back, and these villagers coming in to take down the watchtower. I find it amazing that we're watching computers play each other here, because, I mean, the AI is just... it's just almost realistic in a sense. Aside from these villagers, these guys are bugging out like crazy. So obviously that gave Barbarian Blue a little bit of a break there, a little bit of a breather. Not really managed to do much in the last few minutes due to the pressure coming in from Juggernaut. And wow, Barbarian Red getting pushed back a little bit here as well. By the looks of things, that tower's going to go down, and, well, Barbarian Red doesn't have a whole lot going on at the moment. We do have Juggernaut Purple up to the Castle Age, though. Again, a little bit of a weird decision to make, because it kind of just lost a load of units and then is going Castle now. But thankfully, Juggernaut Green hanging on in there and well, rescuing his teammate, giving his teammate a chance to get up a siege workshop here. And perhaps we'll see a Mangonel coming out, because of course we're talking about Celts versus Britons here. Siege for Celts is going to be much more effective, and against the Britons, well, of course the Britons are more likely to go with archers. So it looks like Barbarian Red going to want to go castle fairly soon. And there we go, 30% of the way up. Currently, not taking. Oh, there we go. I was going to say not taking any gold, but the gold's back here. Taking a lot of gold actually. I'm surprised not more archers are being added in. And what's going on now? We've got a watchtower out in the middle of nowhere for Juggernaut 1. A little bit of a weird position on that. And Barbarian Blue just seems to be having a lot of trouble at the moment. Not really being able to produce all that many units. Got a lot of villagers taking gold here, but it just seems very slow and sluggish at the moment. Wow, okay. We've got a Mangonel out. This could be huge now, because the micro from Juggernaut 1 may not be that great. Mangonel's shot coming in, and yeah, Juggernaut's going to take a huge amount of damage. This Mangonel being repaired by a villager. You're kidding me. That's amazing. Villager coming in to repair this Mangonel. I think the Mangonel's probably going to stay alive. Oh no, the villager went back, but it's got so many kills to its name already. One more shot and that archer will go down. And wow, Mangonel's just as powerful in AI battles as they are in human battles. But man, that was quite impressive from Barbarian Blue there. Got another Mangonel out on the way over. Has been castled for quite a while, but unable to really get that eco going. Looks like he's trying to retransfer some villagers to wood. Perhaps a second and third TC would be pretty good for Barbarian now to deal with the feudal army of Juggernaut. However, Juggernaut Green up to the Castle Age and will be, oh my goodness, and we'll be upgrading these units fairly soon, but not before Barbarian Red gets a say. +2 attack, +1 defense, and a massive just horde, in a sense, of skirmishers coming over the map here, just kind of out of nowhere, just, hey, skirmishers. And they're going to get in there, try and take out this army from Juggernaut by the looks of things, and I imagine probably not going to have too much of a tough time, as they do have the attack and just a general upgrade advantage. This is pretty nuts, actually. I am loving this. Juggernaut 1 just so aggressive in this game, but so far not able to do so much damage that it's been worth it. We'll probably end up losing this army here well, just outside of Barbarian Blue's base. And of course, Barbarian Red gonna be getting the range advantage here with these crossbows due to playing as the Britons. This army now completely cleaned up, and that was 2 Mangonellas from Barbarian Blue, and obviously with the help of Red here, able to defend quite nicely. Juggernaut though needs to stop running these units in, because they are just going to get killed off as soon as they kind of arrive at the scene. Now let's see what's going on here. A little bit of a weird TC placement from Barbarian Red, just kind of in the middle of nowhere, but That's fair enough. There's another one back here as well. Again, a little bit of an odd position on that. But Barbarian Red top scoring at the moment with a good 600 point lead over anybody else. Really impressive stuff. A lot of military for Barbarian Red here. Is he going to attack that tower? I imagine not, but just run straight past in an attempt at taking out Juggernaut here. Juggernaut purple by the looks of things. Purple though, a few crossbows of his own. Couple of mangonels out as well, and going to be able to, well, do a lot of damage with that, I imagine. I wonder what the micro of Barbarian Red's going to be like. Just this huge, just swell, like, I don't even know, just a huge mess of units across the map, just covering so much ground. But here we go then, mangonels coming out, and could do a huge amount of damage here. Yeah, that's going to be massive, and Barbarian Red probably going to lose this entire army by the looks of things, but no villages over yet. Looks like Juggernaut's trying to repair this mangonel up as well, pushing in as well with some crossbows. Got a couple of monks to try and get some conversions as well, and it looks like Juggernaut purple here will take the hill and will take the victory against Barbarian Red, as Barbarian Red loses so many units. But Blue, suddenly out of nowhere, sending his attack over now. A flood of crossbows coming across the map. We've got some mangonels coming in from him as well. And I wonder if he's going to be able to defend against this. Obviously, not playing as the Britons, so not benefiting so much from the range. And this mangonel now, so many kills to its name. No real targeting from Barbarian. And Juggernaut now taking the lead overall. Pretty good comeback from them so far. We've got a few knights being added in now by Juggernaut 1. I think that is a great decision. They're playing as the Franks, and the Franks do get great knights indeed, with effectively 3 bloodlines in the Castle Age and even more in the Imperial. So Juggernaut Green just going to be heading out with those knights. Skirmishers unupgraded, but, well, saying that, +2/+2 on the reset, on the blacksmith upgrades even. And Juggernaut 1 now going to get in here, but obviously now Mangonel's probably not going to be so much of a problem, because the Knights will be able to focus them down if they do that. I wonder if Knights will be told to target the siege. We'll have to wait and see. But Juggernaut Green looking pretty good as he's pushing in. Again though, is the siege going to be too much to deal with? It does certainly seem like the siege is a real problem for these AIs at the moment. Able to take out a lot of units with that, with those mangonels and scorpions there. But overall, it is fairly even. They are absolutely, or they were just a second ago, absolutely neck and neck on well, in terms of points. And we've got a castle out now from Barbarian Red, and I wonder what he's actually going to be doing with that. So much eco back here, building a lot of farms, and obviously booming up with those 3 TCs. We've got longbows coming out as well from Red here. And it's going to make it very difficult for the other guys, the other AIs to push in. And it seems like these guys wanting to do a bit of a team attack. I'm not sure if they want to push together or something, because Barbarian Blue here sending over his whole army to Red's base. Perhaps he was trying to help him out earlier, but got there a little bit late. The messenger arrived a little bit late, perhaps. But now, probably, yeah, being retargeted, just... it's nuts, just taking up the whole screen, just so many units. Retargeting, going to be taking out Green by the looks of things. And, well, Green's pretty open to this. He has got a castle of his own, and a couple of mangonels. The mangonels probably going to be the real big issue for Barbarian to deal with here. That tower as well, going to be doing a lot of damage. A hell of a lot of crossbows. Anyone up to the Imperial Age, though? Not yet. But I imagine we'll see that fairly soon, actually. Big attack coming in from Blue here. Taking a lot of damage, though, from this town centre and these watchtowers here. Another castle as well for Juggernaut 1. And playing against the Franks, of course, they do get those cheaper castles, which could really help out. But if Barbarian's clever, could easily take down this town centre. It seems like they're targeting units instead, though. And Mangonel from Juggernaut 1 here will be able to help defend on this left flank. On the right side, well, really, the Mangonels should be going for the town centre here, rather than anything else. They could probably take that down, but currently, Barbarian are going to lose those Mangonels by the looks of things. Mangonel on Mangonel action, and Juggernaut's going to take it. Juggernaut also taking the lead over his team, well, Juggernaut Green taking the lead over his teammate Juggernaut Purple. But Barbarian Red in the overall lead at the moment, going up to the Imperial Age at 40 minutes. That's not bad, actually, considering this is an AI and we've had fighting pretty much from Feudal onwards. But just a huge amount of units coming out across the map now. We're nearly at population cap as well for Barbarian Red. Juggernaut Purple almost at population cap as well, and I think these guys are about to have a pretty massive fight. We've got a lot of crossbows coming in here from Purple, Mangonels and Siege as well. More units on the left side also. Let's see what Barbarian can do. He's going to be Imperial very shortly. He's got a lot of Mangonels here, which will be able to defend against the crossbows quite nicely. And so far, it's looking like it's actually a really close game between these two AIs. I love the way the units kind of targeting works, where they just spread out all over the place as they patrol. I think that's awesome. Looks great. But yeah, Red's eco, pretty huge at 200 population already. We should have a quick look as well. Population... Blah, 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 blah. Where do we see... That's 200? Okay, there we go. Yeah, 72 military for Barbarian Red. 72 military, that's a lot. And 127 economy units, so villagers. Lots and lots of units here that they're kind of all over the place. They don't really group them together, so it's hard to kind of get a grasp exactly how much they have. But it's quite impressive, nevertheless. And we've got Barbarian now doing Arbalest, doing Bracer straight away for those Archer upgrades, of course, and maybe even Yeoman fairly soon as well. But of course, lacking a little bit of gold at the moment, and just more castles coming up from Barbarian Red. I wonder if they're going to be adding a lot more siege or not. We've got Chemistry coming out as well currently. I do feel that Arbalest upgrade was probably a little wasted from Barbarian Red there. Didn't really have that many crossbows to upgrade, and obviously it seems switching into Arbalest more than anything here. Somehow, Barbarian Red has 201 population, perhaps cheating somehow, I don't know. But this is quite funny. Barbarian Red trying to take Purple's gold here, and looks like this is it now. Going to be the push. Mobilize, units mobilize, off they go. Longbows coming in here, 5+5 range. Going to be difficult for Juggernaut to deal with here, indeed. And getting in, doing a huge attack. No trebuchets though, which will mean that castles from Pink going to be a little bit of a difficult thing for him to have to deal with. But these longbowmen just picking off units from so far away, it's absolutely fantastic to see. Obviously with the siege on the right as well, doing a lot of damage with them, but this castle will be the downfall of that, I feel. We've got elite longbowmen coming out now though for Barbarian Red as well. And there's a few longbows here, but once they're elite, that's going to be 6+5 range, even more. And just going to be picking off units so easily. Huge battle, loads of scorpions from Juggernauts too, which is fantastic to see because obviously playing as Celts, that is wonderful. But not seeing any trebuchets or anything from... oh, there we are! A trebuchet on the way over from Barbarian now. Bringing that in. Looks like he's going to be targeting the castle. It also seems as well like the others are now up to the Imperial Age. Everybody is Imperial. And we're not really seeing a whole lot from green or blue yet. Blue's playing quite defensively, starting to make Janissaries and just sitting outside of his castles. Red's starting to castle up a lot, and it looks like they're going for Paladin, the Paladin kind of route here. But this push from Barbarian Red is fantastic. This town centre going to go down pretty quickly. One more hit, and that is a goner. Obviously, just the range of the Britons here really helping out in this matchup against Juggernaut. Now we just need to see this trebuchet start targeting the castle. We've got rams coming in as well from Barbarian here. No capped ram upgrade though, so definitely worth considering getting that one soon. But this trebuchet, if it goes to target the castle now, that would be absolutely brilliant. And Purple just doesn't seem to have any army compared to this. It's looking pretty difficult. This castle from Barbarian. Look at that, just there in the eco. If he gets away with that, I will be very impressed. This castle on the hill for Juggernaut, though, looks like it's going to be getting slowly picked away. Red Barbarian, just so many units. The castle's being outranged by them as well, making it pretty difficult to deal with, of course. And it just amazes me. It really does. It absolutely amazes me that this is just AIs playing against each other. It's fantastic. It really is. We've got Juggernaut Green not helping his teammate out. I'm not sure what he's doing, to be honest with you. Looks like he's going for upgrades. Paladin on 45% of the way. That is pretty impressive. We're going to have Paladins coming out for Juggernaut Green, but he's got to help his teammates soon, because at the moment it's not looking that good for Purple here. He's completely overwhelmed by this British army of longbows, and when I say army of longbows, I really do mean army of longbows. There is so many here. We're talking about just, what's that, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 30, about 40, 45 longbows on the field for red, and just destroying everything, really. Now we've got a bit of a push as well here from blue, trying to take down green's castles. We've got a lot of elite janissaries over here, a really strong unit, but again, got to be careful, because these castles doing a lot of damage and slowly bringing in those rams, but probably a little bit slow to do so. We've even got some trade going now between the Barbarian players. We've got Barbarian red and blue trading quite nicely. Same for green and pink as well. And pink now adding in a lot of buildings back here, hoping to push this back. But it seems like they're not really adding in a whole lot of units. Just more castles to defend with, and struggling to get those upgrades as well. Another castle down, and Barbarian red just continuing to push in. A great score from Barbarian red as well. Just so looking really good at the moment, so far ahead, and looking pretty unstoppable on this left hand side. Meanwhile on the right, we've got Paladin done for Juggernaut here, green. Paladin is done, and this has got to be really difficult, I think, for them to deal with. He really has to defend well against these Paladins, and if they start getting raided, then they could lose their trade as well. It's very close to the front. And obviously there is no team wall either. But now, of course, red just slowly inching forward, getting onto this hill, taking that one, and just continuing to push in with rams on either side. Castle on the front as well. That's going to secure some nice resources there. Golden stone. And obviously, if Barbarian here can get in and maybe do some damage to Green's eco, that could be really good for their team. But Green now seemingly raiding, it looked like. A random trebuchet attacking this lumber camp. Don't know what's going on there, but it seems like he's targeting red. And red going to switch into some pikes here to help perhaps deal with these paladins. Quite impressive stuff. And meanwhile, we've got blue pushing forwards with capped rams. Green got distracted. It looks like Barbarian may just take this game very soon, as these castles going to go down very quickly on the front, and Barbarian now even raiding with some hussars. On the left side, we've got Barbarian red still making very good progress, somehow losing a ton of units though. I don't even know where they went. Just disappeared, it seems. But continuing to push in with those longbows and the rams. Doing a lot of damage there, and okay, so some of the military went up here to help defend. These guys have a lot of trade now as well, which is kind of huge. Oh, Ram's gonna go down for Barbarian Blue here as Juggernaut gets in there with his paladins. Look at that, 192 HP, 4+4 attack and defense. If Green can really start massing up paladins now, he could really turn this around. But Purple is definitely looking very out of it at the moment. His eco very crippled on the front there, lacking a lot of villagers. And Barbarian Purple down to 53 population. We've got Juggernaut on 185, Barbarian on 175, and the other one on 180. So Barbarian definitely looking like they're getting ahead here. And just more and more castles coming up on the front for blue. The thing is, though, as I said, Frank's definitely got a really nice late game here, especially against the Britons. The Briton player going to have a tough time protecting archers against these paladins like this. But it just seems like Green not able to really mass that many paladins up at the moment. And with going just Halberdier and Skirms, going to end up getting taken down if Barbarian has a lot more gold. And it seems like they're going to have a lot more gold because look at this trade back here. So many trade cards. Compared to Juggernauts at the south, they're definitely lacking a few trade cards, that's for sure. Excuse my phone there. Whoa! Tons of Hussars even, coming over from Barbarian Blue. And this is pretty intense actually, because whilst Green is kind of pushing on Red, we've got Blue here going in, right in, with all of these Hussars into Green's eco by the looks of things. This could be pretty nasty. They're going to start raiding like crazy. And as well as that, it seems like this castle may just stay up. Is it going to? The Trebuchet here with 24 HP remaining. Can they take it down? It looks like they will. The castle's staying up just as another castle gets put up behind it. But Juggernaut getting pushed back once again. And Barbarian now raiding with these Hussars. I think the raiding is fantastic from these AIs. And I wonder if they can push this completely into their advantage now. 144 population for Juggernaut 1 and Juggernaut 2 down to 30 population. Red just relentlessly pushing in, and obviously for Purple now it's going to be very difficult to get back into this game. It's effectively a 2 versus 1, and Purple even building in the back of Green's base here, hoping for some peace and quiet perhaps, but definitely not going to get it. Not with Barbarian Blue raiding as he is. And now I think it seems as well like Barbarian Red and Blue both going to attack Green at the same time here. It is, as I say, a 2v1 situation, and I just feel like they're lacking a little bit of siege. They could really do with a few more trebuchets or something, or even just rams to get in there and do some more damage to these castles, because really the castles are what is doing a lot of damage in this game. I got a few bombard cannons coming out from Juggernaut 1. I'm surprised again that we've not seen many bombard cannons from the Turk player here. Barbarian opting for the capped rams rather than the bombard cannons, which is a weird kind of decision, because obviously bombard cannons outrange the castles, they're easier to defend. We've got Barbarian getting in here into the eco of Juggernaut as well, taking down what little trade they do have at the same time. Looking pretty damn good. And look at this, Barbarians just longbows, just completely pumping out those longbows. And wow, poor old Juggernaut Purple here, down to 24 population, absolutely out of it. The other Juggernaut down to 140, and this push from Barbarian just looks relentless. We've got rams coming in from the Briton here as well, rams from the Turks. And these castles are going to fall. I think it's pretty safe to say that this is going to be a GG from Barbarian very shortly, as Juggernaut is going to lose whatever he has left now, which, let's be honest, is not a whole lot. Very little army remaining for Juggernaut, and very few villagers as well. It's absolutely brilliant though. Absolutely brilliant. Getting chased down by these Hussars. Now I'm not sure what the resignation requirements are for these AIs. I imagine they're going to realise they're pretty stuffed fairly soon. Both Barbarians population capped entirely. And wow. The Barbarians are actually slinging each other as well. This one just sent gold, food, and wood to his teammate because he's obviously got more resources. That's incredible. Slinging as well, just to make sure that they can both keep that population at 200. Even camels being added in by Barbarian Blue, just to show the wealth off. Adding in more Janissaries. We've got bombard towers coming out as well now. And it's just nuts. It's absolutely nuts. These villagers being picked off from so far away. Gotta love the longbow's range. 6+6 did do the Yeoman upgrade there. Fully upgraded longbows now. And we finally got the siege ram from Barbarian Blue as well at long last. And it looks like these guys gonna be finishing off Juggernaut any moment now. Even the Onager upgrade being done for the Britain player here. Those siege rams, oh, those siege rams, that town centre down in an instant, and the villagers getting picked off by the Janissaries. They've got nowhere to run. They can't run this way. There's a wall of longbow just waiting for them. And that's it, I think. Juggernaut down to 11 and 30 population. They're going to keep going, it seems, but Barbarian now with way too much of an advantage for Juggernaut to ever bring it back. It's been over for a little while now. But just such an exciting and fantastic game. I thought you guys would appreciate this. It really does show off what the AI is capable of. And for those of you who have no problem beating the standard AI in the game, then definitely try giving these AIs a go. They'll give you a good run for your money, I can guarantee you that. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. And for those of you wondering where you can get them from or what you need to be able to use these AIs, links are going to be in the description to this video. You do just need user patch, and then you download the AIs from the links I will provide below the video as well. So there you have it. Fancy a challenge? Get yourself a Barbarian AI to play against. Fancy a challenge, but a little bit less of a challenge, then get yourself a Juggernaut AI to play against. Barbarian here, looking absolutely incredible. Just look at that. Just the trade, the eco, everything. It's just nuts. A Barbarian now, or Juggernaut even, down to 0 population. The other Juggernaut just on the 5. It doesn't seem like they want to resign just yet. But I'm going to call it GG right there. So thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I know it's a little bit different to the normal, but I certainly thought it was a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.